Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Rick and Kelly recap of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, episode 10. I'm Rick.
I'm Kelly.
You look very pretty.
Oh, I do?
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
You really do.
Do you like my sleeves better like this? Or do you like them better like that?
I think I like them pulled up a little bit.
I do too.
Do you like my sleeves better like this or like this?
You see, nice muscles.
I haven't really been working out lately.
We haven't at all.
Yeah. Well, we did work out twice. We did work out twice last week. It's like we're getting back into it.
I'm going to say you need to go to the vet because these puppies are sick.
Oh.
But they're
really legit sick.
They're legit sick.
We're trying this one without microphones because there was a stereo issue, and I don't know how to fix it on our current microphone setup. So we hope it sounds okay. We hope you'll subscribe here on YouTube if you haven't already. And can you tell them about the Rick and Kelly show on Patreon?
It is $5 a month. It starts at $5, $10. You can do a whole month, a year. It's awesome.
10% off.
10% off. Mm-hmm. You can go VIP. You can go party patron. We do Zooms every week. It's so much fun. I just love seeing my people. We have built a really nice community, and I enjoy this so much.
Me too.
I mean, just like watching this, like Beverly Hills, when you see like Dorit and Garcelle coming to like meeting, you know what I mean? I know what that feels like because I've done that, and it's like they don't really like each other. You know,
wait,
really
are we still talking about the Rick and Kelly show on Patreon?
Yeah, but I'm just saying. I see. I'm getting off a tangent, saying like watching this Beverly Hills and watching how contentious and how it's just a really crummy place to be. These shows are hard to do, but with our show, I love it. It's fun. Mm-hmm. It's great. Mm-hmm. We have a good time. I like learning with you guys. Mm-hmm. You know, we just have a really, really fun time. And
we go deep on a lot of subjects that we can't go deep on here on YouTube. So we hope you'll try us out. All you have to do is sign up, and when you subscribe, you have access to all 100. This week will be 124 episodes. Mm-hmm. So and
we don't always, interview people. We do from time to time, but that's not really what we don't need filler. We have each other. I have a journalist, and I'm, a reality.
We have a filter and no filter.
Right. So it's different than any other podcast. So
we have a lot of very happy patrons, and we hope you'll join us. The ratings for last week's Beverly Hills episode dipped below 1 million, but just a little
hell of a lot better than Orange County.
Yes, sir. I mean, ma'am. 0.27 demo and 956,000 viewers for episode 9, season 13.
Congratulations. Good job.
Very nice. 956 is respectable. I think they're averaging around 1 million viewers.
If that's the first, then they're really crushing it and behind the
might have
second, third.
They might have had 2 shows in the 9s, but
I'm saying if those delay numbers, if they're crushing it right now at 956,000, they're crushing it with people that are watching it on Peacock or
DVR.
Hulu or DVR the next day. I mean, they're kicking Orange County's ass.
Oh yeah, it's a terrific show.
It is.
I mean, it's entertaining. Tonight's was a little uncomfortable, and we're going to talk about that. But before we get to tonight's show,
that's what I don't like about this. When they bring the race card in and they try to make you feel uncomfortable, it's not fun to watch.
Yeah.
It's just I don't like it.
It's like some kind of lesson. We're all learning a lesson here.
It's the same thing that Bronwyn tried to do when she was trying to teach lessons. Like, you're a white woman and you're trying to tell me, a brown woman, how to be. It's that. I can't take.
I get it. Before we get to the show, Kelly found this on Instagram. It's a Kyle then and now side by side photograph. Just in case anyone forgot what she used to look like.
Very pretty girl before, but damn, she looks a hell of a lot better. You're not broke. Or you're not ugly, you're just broke.
In her case, she's neither one.
Exactly.
I guess that's the point. Interesting photo. So this week's
what do you think? Do you think she looks better now?
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Do you know what? Do you know what changed her the most?
What?
By
Let me see.
looking at her, I'll tell you.
Nose job.
Yep. That can make you or break you.
Yeah. She had it looks like a lot of things done there. But I don't know.
Oh, she had an eye lift. She had
Yeah.
a nose job. She had lip filler.
Well, she doesn't play a very prominent role in this week's episode. It's more about Dorit and Garcelle, and then Erika and Denise. They kind of open it with the rest of Taco Tuesday at Crystal's house, where Denise and Erika are going at it, where Erika calls out Denise for being on OnlyFans and having a daughter on OnlyFans, when Denise was trying to criticize Erika for speaking about things that maybe children shouldn't hear in front of her kids. And Erika's like, isn't your kid on OnlyFans? And it was...
I just hate hypocrites. You know? I mean, she was on a TV show where she made out with a girl.
A film.
A film.
Yeah.
She was on Playboy.
Mm-hmm.
Her dad's a drug addict. You know,
Commuter ex-husband?
yeah, her dad, the dad,
Yeah.
I mean, the kids have grown up, very fast in that household.
Mm-hmm.
So for, Denise to come at Erika, I believe Erika did the right thing by putting her in her place.
She
came after her,
Yeah.
and she shut it down. I'm all for on Erika's side on this one. How about you?
Well, I think that, yes, I am. I agree with Erika that Denise was overreacting, perhaps, and hypocritical by criticizing Erika's comments when you have to be careful when you lean on the table because it'll shake the camera. I mean, Denise is on OnlyFans, and her kids know she's on OnlyFans.
Right.
And her oldest daughter is on OnlyFans as well. And so Erica's like, really going to come after me for that? Well, which one of you makes more money, you or Sammy, on
And then
OnlyFans?
talking about her husband's, D. Get over yourself, Denise. I mean, you're not Mother Teresa over here.
Right.
Be quiet.
Yeah, and she claimed that she hadn't said anything about him that night at dinner, but then they just played the clip, and there it was. She did speak about his anatomy, and I did like how she came back at Erika and said something about, you didn't know $20 million was deposited in your bank account. I thought that was a good comeback.
But she also slammed her right back down.
Yeah.
She's like, well, that was overturned, and, keep up because I got out of that. So, what are you trying to do here?
At one point she goes,
I don't think
I have
she's
nothing
very
left to say.
I don't think Denise is that smart. She just got
Well, that's what Erika
crushed.
said. She called her dumb.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah?
I really do.
Well, I wonder if Denise was doing that to try and make a name for herself, to pave the way to come back on the show. Is she trying to carve out another trip back to Beverly Hills on the...
I don't know. She didn't get asked. She didn't want to get paid. She did it for free. What an idiot. Why would you do that?
She was on a
You
number.
set yourself up to make yourself look like an idiot, and you're making them profitable, and you're not, and you're making yourself look like an idiot in the interim.
Has she been on at least 3 episodes already?
Yeah, and we were getting, $30,000 an episode,
And even as a friend, she should get at least, what, 5 or 10 grand?
Well, that's what Vicky was getting, I'm not going to say what she was getting, but she was getting a substantial amount for being a friend,
And you're giving them content, they're teasing it, they're re-airing it around the world.
They're making money off
Of
you,
course.
off your likeness. It's stupid. What an idiot.
They also, when Kyle first starts getting involved is when they went after her for not jumping in, because she made a comment after they left. They were like, well, why didn't you say something when they were sitting here? And she's like, well, why did any of you say something when I was being attacked at my house at my dinner?
Yeah, everybody wanted to know about my marriage and my family, and that kids shouldn't be, off limits, and family should be off limits. You got yourself on a reality show. I'm sorry to tell you.
Yeah.
Kids and your family are not off the charts here. It's sad to say, and it's horrible, but you set yourself up to be a reality star.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, even for like Jolie, that All About the Tea came after Jolie when she was just a baby, like a baby.
Yeah.
You know, people were calling in a CPS, taking her out of school. I mean, horrific, ugly, nasty things people say about people's kids.
Yeah.
But you're setting yourself up for that, okay?
You can make rules and you can hope that people will observe your rules, but they don't have to and they won't. Right.
And by the way, that Sammy is over 21 years old. Okay? She's not a kid.
Right.
She's not a child.
Yeah.
All right? I was completely on my own at that age.
Yeah.
She's an adult.
Crystal said that Erika went too far. Do you believe that?
That Erika went too far? No, I think I would have done the same thing. I would have gone the same way. You know what? She finished it, and Erika... I mean, she started it, and now Erika finished it.
Denise started it, Erika finished it.
Correct.
Yeah. So Erika, in the next scene, the next break, after the break, Dorit's at home and Erika comes over and they talk about the Denise situation. That's when Erika called her dumb.
Right.
And then they start talking about the fight between Garcelle and Dorit. And that also came up, I think, at Crystal's house when Dorit said something about, called her, said that Garcelle was attacking her.
Oh, yeah, attacking. But that everybody uses that word, right? Everybody uses the same jargon. Attack.
Why would you attack me like that?
Triggered.
Yeah.
I mean, they use the same jargon over and over and over on these shows, whether it's New Jersey or whatever. It's the same lingo. I can't take it. It's like watching the same thing over and over.
Well,
I feel like I'm losing brain cells.
This is a very touchy situation, especially for us to talk about because she's black and we're not.
Right.
And so she has her reality. And I would rather approach this from another perspective, which is more about if it's your issue, if you're the one who has a problem with certain words.
So Garcelle had a problem.
Can I finish my thought? Can I finish my thought?
Yeah.
If you're the one who has an issue with certain words, why is it the person who's using those words, why is it on them to change their behavior when you're the one who has the problem?
Correct.
That's all I'm saying.
So if you guys don't know what happened, Garcelle didn't like the jargon that Dorit used. Dorit said, I am being attacked. And she says, there's 3 things that you don't say as a black woman. And she gave these, it was...
angry, aggressive, and attack.
Now, isn't that Garcelle's problem? Because I have a lot of black friends, and I could tell you right now that they wouldn't say those are the 3 words that trigger them. I find I don't like the race card in these shows.
Yeah.
It really, 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 really bothers me.
I think Garcelle has an idea about Dorit and who she is, because they did a flashback where Dorit was talking about how she has employed a lot of people of color in her home, and Garcelle was very, very upset about that, which I understand. The way she was phrasing it was like, "Oh, I know a lot of black people. They work for me, you know." And it's like, "Oh, wait, what?"
But she said she didn't say just black people. She said a lot of Hispanics.
Right.
She said Filipinas.
But that's where I think Garcelle began to dislike Dorit a lot. And I think now, anything Dorit says, Garcelle's on edge, and she's waiting for her to say something that she can then say triggered her.
And she was legit upset. Like, you can see the angst in Garcelle. You can see how she's was tearing up at the end, how she was so uncomfortable. And I don't like the fact that Garcelle goes, and you're privileged.
Right.
Like, you know what, Garcelle? You're privileged.
And she said that. Good for her at the end.
Yeah, Dorit said that.
They're all privileged.
They're all privileged.
And Crystal's privileged, and she's Asian.
Right.
You know, and there are white women who are privileged, and there are black women who are privileged, and there are Mexican women who are privileged. And, you know, it's like, you can't, she's trying to pigeonhole her.
Yes.
And I don't think that's fair.
I agree.
And I also don't think that Dorit meant anything by it. She was just saying, because Garcelle was going after her, so what's the word that you would use? You're attacking me. Why are you attacking me? Oh, all of a sudden you can't accuse her of attacking you? You have to use a different word because that particular word, attack?
That's a Garcelle problem.
That's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
And I'm not discounting that she might have, that she has a right to feel a certain way. I'm just saying, I don't know that everyone else has to walk on eggshells and only use certain words and God forbid use it. Because I don't believe that Dorit had any intent there.
I don't think so.
Beyond having a conversation or an argument.
And I like how Dorit said, just to let you know, I'm Jewish. I mean, there's like ads on the TV that talk about the hate that is going on with the Jewish community, okay? So don't think that she doesn't understand what racism is about. Because Dorit is Jewish, and there's a lot of people in the world that hate Jews.
And not to oversimplify it, but I could argue that the word oven triggers me. Because 6 million Jews were basically, they were. I mean, people say they were put in ovens. They were killed by the Nazis. And
is that why we had the oven go off on Sabbath?
Yeah, perhaps.
Is that why I had something?
You have to watch the Smash for that. But I'm not going to say, oh, you can't say oven. It triggers me. And maybe that's oversimplifying it. But I'm just saying, like, there are a lot of words that I could say that would have hurt me and set me off if I was that into it or cared that much or wanted to make a point.
I found that whole scene with Garcelle and Dorit very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I did not like it at all. And I'm so sick of the racism and I'm so sick of that word, and I'm so sick of everybody being triggered. I just can't take it anymore.
Yeah, I would agree. Maybe it's time to retire that. Maybe in 2024 we should retire that word.
Yeah, racist and racist. Everyone's a freaking racist.
Yeah.
If you don't believe like you do, and it's always the white people.
Uh-huh.
It's always the white people that are accusing of people of being racist.
Yeah.
It's the most hilarious thing. Bunch of hypocrites.
There's a scene with Kyle and Kim comes over to Kyle's house.
Oh my God, I cried.
You did?
I did.
They were both crying.
Wow, I was crying. Oh yeah, I started to tear up. It was very emotional.
I was like this. Oh, here we go.
Oh my God, I was emotional about that.
You were? Wow.
Yep. But you can see, that she's a hard ass. That Kathy Hilton.
They were talking about their relationship with her sister and their late mother.
And that she screams and yells and has a bad temper, just like her mom. But that mother must have been a force to be reckoned with, because those girls are in love with their mom.
Yeah.
And they talk about her all the time. They miss her. I mean, she must have done something right for them to constantly be talking about her.
Well, they were, and then they were talking about Kyle's relationship with Kathy, and Kyle was admitting that she didn't know if they would ever have a decent relationship again. And I guess it's coming up because Kim's daughter is getting married. Mm-hmm. And so Kim doesn't want drama at the wedding. And Kyle's like, I don't know if I can, if we'll get along. And I don't know where that's going to wind up, but I guess.
But sometimes in a family, you have issues and you have problems. Mm-hmm. You can't pick your family. But like, for instance, my older brother and I, we just cannot see eye to eye. Every time we get around each other, it's an argument, it's a fight, and it's usually about politics. And and we don't get along. It's just easier and better for us not to be around each other. Mm-hmm. I don't enjoy him. He doesn't enjoy me. I like to be around family members like my cousin Tony or my brother Eric, that I love to be around, that makes me feel good. I'm happy to be around. Sometimes just because it's your family member, sometimes it's good to take a pause.
Yeah, I can speak to that. Speaking of family, they were at Crystal's house preparing a Passover meal, and she made the point that Chinese and Jewish cultures are very similar.
And when I lived in China, I used to say that all the time.
You did?
Very, very, very much like the same, like family, traditions, food.
The celebration, the family celebrations around the holidays.
Entrepreneurs, smart, frugal.
And yeah, I am both of those things. But I also like to spend.
Yeah. Oh, they do too. They have red envelopes.
We flash back to Garcelle.
But how cute are her kids?
Oh yeah, they're cute.
They're cute children. Yeah. How about Dorit is exactly my age and she's got those little kids?
Wow.
My kid's already flying off the coop, and she's got little babies running around. She's 48, just like me.
It's a lot of work.
Isn't it?
Garcelle called out Crystal for being quiet. And then Crystal says she's so focused on their bodies that she can't focus on what they're saying. She said that to her husband, that she's being quiet in these group settings with the other ladies because she's so body conscious.
Well, she had an eating disorder.
So apparently,
and she is a big girl. I mean, we were with her at the SLS.
Tall.
She's tall and she's thicker. She's a thicker girl. She's a bigger girl, but she's got a good. I mean, she's pretty. She's attractive. Mm-hmm. I mean, we all come in different sizes and whatever, and they're all on freaking Ozempic or Bonjoro. So it's like, shut up. Like, you know, you could get that skinny too, Crystal, if you wanted to shoot yourself up.
But she was saying that she couldn't follow the conversations or be part of the conversations because she was so focused on what they looked like and when they were comparing their bodies to each other, and she was like, that's all I can think about.
Well, that's what Up and Adam said. He was talking about how at BravoCon they all are so flippin' skinny, but they all look horrible. Like they all have that like Ozempic face.
Yeah, that's what he said. Ozempic face, Ozempic skin. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, like saggy, and like he said that the skin look was gross but very, very thin. So you know, like in college, like everybody's skinny. You want to be skinny if you feel, because she had an eating disorder. Yeah. She feels self-conscious about her body.
The other storyline of this week was Sutton meeting with her matchmaker because her first matchmaker.
And that matchmaker of hers is so annoying.
Yeah, she kind of is.
Oh my god.
So apparently her first experience with the one dude we saw last week was a flop. She didn't like him and whatever. Didn't work out. She goes on a date this week with another guy who she actually likes. They get along and he asks for her number.
And he does karaoke. And that reminds me of John Jansen. Because John Jansen, all he likes to do is go karaoke.
Yeah, he's big into that.
Yeah.
So then the last scene is Dorit and Garcelle have this very awkward lunch where they meet to discuss what had happened and Dorit's language that she used. And that's where I think we both were like, really? I mean, is that what this show is about now? Like, do we really have to go through all of this again? And I don't know. Again, I don't want to be insensitive to someone's feelings, but I also understand why Dorit would be triggered. I mean, Garcelle being triggered by, she says, by Dorit's language towards her.
Angry though?
But then Garcelle said, calling Dorit privileged and saying things about her, that could trigger Dorit. So, like, who's right, who's wrong?
I'm sorry, but when you say you don't say three things to black women, like angry, like what is that?
Well, there could be a lot more words. And
there could be a lot more words.
Do we have a cheat sheet?
You can't say anything?
Okay, before I open my mouth, I'm going to make sure I don't use the wrong word here. I mean, it's more, as far as I'm concerned, it's more about intent. Yeah. It's more about tone and more about the nature of what you're saying rather than the precise word. And I know that, you know, there could be words that absolutely you should not and cannot use, but a word like attack, or aggressive even, like I'm sorry, or angry. Why are you so angry? Oh, you can't say that.
Yeah.
Like, well, why are you so mad? That's okay. Mad's okay.
But you're just pigeonholing yourself into racism again.
Yeah.
When you do that.
Right.
Right? I don't like that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there are certain words like the N word. You should not use that word. I think it's gross. It's derogatory. It's bad. But angry and attack, like, wait, what? Mm-hmm. Like, when did you get to write the thesaurus or the dictionary and tell me what words I can and can't use? That I just have a real issue with that. And you know, Dorit doesn't come from an angry, awful place. Yeah. We all know Dorit doesn't even have that innate in her.
She's pretty mild mannered.
Yeah. And she's not, I mean, I've been around her like a few times. And she's just got to be the nicest lady in the whole wide world.
Well, I'll say this. If I have a friend who tells me that there's a particular word that they don't like that sets them off, then I will try not to use that word.
How are you supposed to know? You can't say attack. Well, everyone uses that word attack.
Now she knows.
Oh my God. Now you have to be on tiptoes. You have to be on eggshells. And then they're going to call you a racist. Because that's an attack that that people use to win arguments.
Right.
And it's not fair.
And it does make things awkward.
Yeah,
it does do that.
I didn't enjoy this particular episode.
Okay, so on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you give this week's episode 10?
Maybe a 3.5.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I mean, I'll give it a 4. Like, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, 3.5, 4.
It kind of sucks. So you don't have to watch it. If you haven't watched it yet, don't bother watch it. Next week's gonna probably be better.
Yeah, it will irritate you. Trust me.
Well, we hope this didn't irritate you. We hope you enjoyed our recap of the show. And don't forget to check out our Daily Smash every day right here on our YouTube channel. And please subscribe. And as Kelly mentioned, we do have that amazing podcast on Patreon. And I think you're missing out if you're not a subscriber. You're missing out. So come join us.
Come join us.
Cup of coffee.
Yeah.
That's all it costs you. And people drink their coffee watching our show every morning, they say.
That's great. I love it.
Yeah. Okay. Have a great week, everybody.
Bye, guys.
We'll see you.
See ya.